I want to talk about rejection. It's a huge part of the business, so let's just talk about it. My name is Adrienne Walker, and I am a Broadway performer. I want to share with you what I've learned about the business so far. Welcome to 32 Bar Cut. Rejection is inevitable in show business. It is just a part of the business. There is no way that you are going to miss it. You're going to hear no a lot more than you're going to hear yes. And that's just the nature of the business. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing this, or that you're not good enough, or that you're not capable, or that you're a bad actor, a bad singer, a bad dancer, have no business in the business. It just means that for that part, or for that show, or for whatever you're going out for, that you are not meant to be in it. And it sucks. I mean, let's face it, it doesn't feel good to be rejected. You put in a lot of efforts towards something, and you want to see it through, and then you get stopped short. And I want to tell you a story. I want to talk with you about something that happened to me last year and how I had to deal with it. I auditioned for a 29-hour reading, and I booked it. I went in for one audition, an audition that I was about to cancel because I was really overworked. I had just done the Tonys the day before. I had just had an audition earlier that Monday after the Tonys for another 29-hour reading where I had to memorize a huge chunk of script. Then I had an acting class at 1 p.m. and then I was supposed to go to this other audition for another 29-hour reading. And I called my agent and I begged them. I said, can you please cancel this audition? Can you please cancel this audition? And they were like, Adrienne, they really want to see you. Can you please just go in? So I went. And I did the best that I could from what I remembered from the lines that I worked on. And luckily, I mean, by the grace of God, I really was off book because I had worked on the audition a lot. I just felt a little stressed and didn't want to do the audition. I'm glad I did because I booked that 29-hour reading. And it really turned out to be a really lovely experience. It was a very difficult experience. It was the most I was ever asked to sing. It was the first time I was really being considered as a leading, like top billing lady. And it stretched me. I loved the music. It was a great style for me. I just felt at home with all of it. And I was really excited to move forward with the project. Well, 5 months later down the line, when this production put on the workshop after the 29-hour reading, I was not invited back. Let me tell you, that hurt. It hurt a lot. And I didn't really know how to cope with that. I have gone in for countless auditions and never heard back. Or I've even gotten close to booking a job and never heard back. But I've never been invited to start the process and then be let go. And so that was a new adjustment for me. And I'll be honest with you, when I first got the news that they weren't inviting me back, and this was not volunteered news. I asked my agent, hey, what's going on? He looked into it, got back to me and said they've gone another way. They did not tell me, and that's kind of how it goes sometimes in this business. If you're not invited back or if you're not moving forward with the project, they don't always let you know. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is, and you should know that. It happens to everyone. So when I found out that I wasn't going to be invited back, I started going down the list. And you guys, you know what the list is. You know what the list is. Okay, am I ugly? Am I too tall? Am I too fat? Can I not sing? Is it the way I move, the way I talk? Am I a terrible actor? What is it? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Am I too dark? I mean, I'm a black girl, so that's something I have to take into consideration. Did they want someone lighter than me? Did they want someone darker than me? What did I do? And I was feeling this way probably for about 2 weeks of just feeling like, okay, I'm fine. I'm over it. I let it go. Back into wallowing and feeling like the worst actor in the world that couldn't even keep a job that she already booked. I was finally able to set all of those feelings aside. And the reason I was able to do that, because I know after what I just said, it probably sounds like, oh my God, girl, did you ever get over this? I did. I got over it. And the reason I got over it is because I did my best. When I actually booked the job, I did my best. I learned the music as well as I could. I learned the script as well as I could. A 29-hour reading, if you're not familiar with it, is a week-long reading process. And it's really set up so that the creative team can get a better idea of what their project sounds like on its feet, and they can think more of the structure and everything. It's like one of the first steps after a script is written, where they explore the script a little bit more. So I did the best that I could. I did the best that I could, and I can rest easy in that. And so because I knew that I did the best that I could, I had to accept that I wasn't right for the part. Now, that is a tough pill to swallow. I'm not saying that it isn't, but it is something that we as actors have to constantly accept so that we can move forward, so that we can move freely, so that we aren't handcuffed to this belief that if someone doesn't hire us, then we're worthless. It's not true. You are a whole, complete being without your career. I'm going to say that again because it's important. You are a whole, complete being without your career. You matter, you're important, you're talented, you're beautiful. All of that is there without your career. I say this because as actors, myself included, we have a tendency, or can have a tendency, to attach our self-worth to what we've achieved in our career. And when it comes to a career like this that is so subjective, when you do that, you really set yourself up to feel bad. And I don't want you to feel badly. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel courageous. I want you to feel brave. And in order to feel brave, you have to know that if you're prepared, you're courteous, you're on time, you know the material, you're in the best possible place that you can be for that day, you've done what you can. And you have to leave the rest up to casting and the creative team and the producers, because that's not your business. Your business is to be ready, to be prepared, to be friendly, to be respectful, to be on time, and to do your best. And that's all you can control about the casting process. That's all you can control. And whenever you do feel those pangs of rejection that will inevitably meet you at your door, treat yourself. And treat yourself in a good way. Like, I'm not saying open up a bottle of wine, even though a bottle of wine is awesome, but you don't want that to be your go-to all the time. I'm talking about take yourself out to a movie, hang out with your friends, get a mani-pedi, order a new book, get some new music to listen to, anything that lifts your spirits. Go take a yoga class, go take a walk in the park, have some cuddle time with your pet. Anything that lifts your spirits in a positive way. Do that, because this business can be really tough on our psyche. And I just want you to know that you're not alone and that you are worthy, that rejection is not personal. Not in this business. Usually, rejection in this business is not personal. I'll see you next week.